Welcome back, my movie lovers, to another Norman Zedrick the Critic review. I'm Alec Perez. We're in a new scenery, as you can tell. I'm inside my car. We will be back on set in the next video, but today I wanted to talk about, I guess you wouldn't say this is a movie event. This was more something that everybody went dressed up to go and see. We're going to be talking about the movies Barbie and Oppenheimer, which became Barbie-Heimer. But before we begin, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, and link the bell to get notified about every ranking of Norman Zedrick the Critic's reviews. So today I want to talk about Oppenheimer history. This was something I was excited to witness, for this was something that everybody was going to dress up and see, and this was a big phenomenal event. Even though Barbie made a ton of money, Oppenheimer won 7 awards. They all have their achievements, but we're just going to be talking about the movies and the achievements. So let's begin with our first movie. The first movie is Barbie. Barbie received 88% fresh tomato score with critics, 83% audience score. The total achievement, $1.446 billion worldwide. This movie achieved $100 million more than the Super Mario Bros. Movie, as that one was at least $1.335 billion worldwide, I believe. That movie made a ton of money, became the biggest movie of the year. I'm not a huge fan of Barbie. Everybody was talking about going and watching it, and they were literally dressing up in pink. I did not dress up in pink. This day, I took my brother to go see the 2 movies that everybody was talking about. It became a very huge success for both movies. They made a ton of money. This one made much more than Oppenheimer did, which we'll get into in just a bit. But let's talk about the story to Barbie. So the story starts off with the Barbie doll that we all know, made from Mattel. They were from a pink place called Barbie Land. We see the OG Barbie that's portrayed by Margot Robbie. She has a perfectly good day. Wakes up in the morning, brushes her hair, takes a nice shower, brushes her teeth, eats breakfast, and as you can see in the beginning shots, they're all fake. It's made of plastic. It's a plastic Barbie Land world. She's living her best life. She goes to the beach. She says hi to all Barbies that have the same name, except for the Kens that I believe are against humanity to the Barbies. As you may all know, it's a matriarchal world, all run by Barbies. All the Kens are, you would say, these perverts. The actor who plays Ken is portrayed by Ryan Gosling, and there are many other Kens that I cannot think of right now. There's too many of them. The Barbies don't like the Kens in this world. As you may see in traditional Barbie themed films and action figure toys, they actually like each other, but in this movie they don't like each other. But anyways, the next day Barbie was feeling human emotions, having after death thoughts at that 70s party. She was not feeling like plastic. She was actually feeling human skin. And so she goes to Weird Barbie, who unfortunately knows all of the stuff about how to be returned as a Barbie again. She tells her to go to the human world of Los Angeles to a Mattel company that will help her out. So she is on her way to Los Angeles. Ken sneaks into her Barbie mobile and went with her. So they went to Los Angeles. They split up. Ken was somehow realizing what the patriarch was and brought it back to Barbie Land. That's where he goes back. Barbie is still trying to find her human owner, who were having those afterthoughts of death, feeling upset, morning breath, and all that. She goes to Mattel. Mattel wanted to put her into a box since she escaped out of Barbie Land. She runs away, finds what we would actually know was the actual owner of Barbie, and she finds her owner. Goes back to Barbie Land. She finds out that Ken ruined everything, ruling the Barbies, lady servants to the Kens. Barbie got kicked out of her dream house. Then that's where we see the Barbies actually fighting back and gaining their freedom to being in the matriarchal world. Toward the ending of the story, Barbie was not feeling right. She wanted to reunite with the humans again, and that's where we see her go with the owner back to the human world, becomes a human. And that is the story and ending to this movie. I heard rumors that they were trying to make a sequel to it. I don't see this movie becoming a sequel. Don't expect it at all. What did I think about this movie? When I watched it, I was not going for high hopes. Really didn't think this was going to be my favorite film. It's actually not that bad. It doesn't influence me to ever play with a Barbie and not intending to, but I guess you would say this is something that a lot of people who are Barbie loving people would literally dress up in pink just to go see this movie. So I would say that this is definitely something they were very excited to see. Even though it didn't receive much awards or anything, they only won an Oscar for Best Song, which was What I Was Made For by Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas. But we'll talk about that toward the ending of it, but let's continue on with our next story movie. Alright, so the next movie, the movie that I really thought deserved the movie of the year and achievements. We're going to be talking about the next movie, Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer received more than Barbie did, with a 93% fresh critics review, a 91% audience score, and this movie made $953.8 million worldwide. This was very good for Christopher Nolan, who directs this movie. He is signed with Universal for this movie, not with Warner Bros. And the movie was very long. Not to say that I'm disappointed. I'm very happy of how Christopher Nolan goes one scenery to the next. I think for this movie, I was very confused because I've never studied the story behind Robert Oppenheimer and his treachery when he exploded a bomb in the 1940s during World War II. I think for a director who can captivate a scene, it's incredible. He does a very excellent job of scenery, obstruction, luring the audience. Even though it is very inappropriate, this is rated R, I would say this is not a movie I would see a ton of times. Maybe like once or twice. I watched it only once, and I think once is good for me. I'll tell you guys the story. Bear with me a little bit. It was very hard to understand the story, which is why I had to write it down, but this is the story that I got out of it. During World War II, Lieutenant Gen Leslie Groves, and that is portrayed by Matt Damon, he appoints physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, portrayed by now Oscar nominee winner Cillian Murphy, to work on a top secret Manhattan project, and that is the bomb. Oppenheimer had a team of scientists spend years developing and designing the atomic bomb. So I don't know what college he went to, but he studied engineering, studied the physics of making a bomb. So their work comes to fruition on July 16, 1945, as they witness the world's first nuclear explosion, the one that they've been working on for many years, what General Leslie Groves was trying to recruit him for, to forever changing the course of history. They've had so many things going on, and we've had scenes where he is sitting with a judge talking about the events of what his personal life was. That is the basic structure to the story right here. What I thought of this movie, it was something that I was very excited to watch for my younger brother to watch too. Maybe should have watched what they put in it, but I really loved this movie. Everybody does a very excellent performance. Cillian Murphy deserved that Oscar win. He really was great. This was his first lead role in a Christopher Nolan film, as he was mostly a side character. Another shocking performance that I found so very great was Emily Blunt's performance, who played Kitty Oppenheimer, Robert Oppenheimer's wife. She was excellent. Brings an excellent performance. But one was Robert Downey Jr.'s performance, who played Louis Strauss. He was excellent. I was very excited to see him in this movie. We saw him die in Avengers Endgame, and I was very sad that they killed him off. I think he was really meant to go. The fans, no. Definitely not. I was very excited to see Robert Downey Jr. again on the big screen. That is the movies to this iconic movie history event that we will be looking to for centuries and centuries. But let's talk about the overall review and what was my favorite movie going to see. Alright, so we just went over Barbie and Oppenheimer. Excuse me. What do I think about these movies and consider them being the best summer blockbuster hits? I agree. Really do. They bring their excellent performance. Margot Robbie, Cillian Murphy, they had actors on actors, and it was exciting seeing those two lead role characters sitting and talking about those movies. I loved how Margot Robbie was approached that Oppenheimer was being released the same day as Barbie was. He asked her if she wanted to switch the day because she was an executive producer for the movie, and she went completely, heck no. We're gonna see what wins. I would say for these movies, Barbie succeeded with the box office, but didn't succeed with the awards, as Oppenheimer Oppenheimer was very successful with the awards and became movie of the year. Everybody was a little shocked of results of what Barbie received and then how much Oppenheimer received. When I watched that movie, I knew right away that Oppenheimer was going to succeed a lot more awards than Barbie did. But let's go over the awards that this movie won. Barbie received 18 nominations, but it only won one award, and it's the best song, What Was I Made For, by Billie Eilish. This was her second win, as she won for No Time to Die for the James Bond movie No Time to Die. Barbie was very well detailed with costume design and the sets. The sets were beautiful. But anyways, so Oppenheimer received 13 nominations. It achieved 7 wins. Received basically the whole category. Received Best Director. I think Christopher Nolan deserved the Best Director. It also won Best Lead Actor, so Cillian Murphy won his very first Oscar. And then the Best Supporting Role Actor, like I mentioned, that was Robert Downey Jr.'s win. Then Best Picture and more. A lot of wins here, and they deserve all the best in one whole movie. Excuse me. But I believe I captured all of the stuff in the Barbie and Oppenheimer movie. For me, I was very excited to not just watch 2 movies, but just have the experience to go and watch 2 big blockbuster movies that were going to be the biggest in the summer of 2023. But I believe I captured everything, guys. Let me know in the comments what this review was to you and how well it was. If you guys really liked this video, I appreciate if you give this video a like, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, we have Instagram and Facebook. So with that being said, thank you guys again so very much for tuning in this Barbie-Heimer review, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.